Okay, cool. So thank you, everybody. I just started a new stream with the right title. I appreciate you being flexible. This is literally day two of me on Twitch, so bear with me. But I think we got this going. I got this recorded and I got the stream started, so we are in good shape. Looks like we have a couple people in here now, and I'm just gonna get started. So what we're looking at here is a massive undertaking, all for cats. Specifically, it's for Kitty Bungalow, which is a nonprofit based in Los Angeles, who is a feral cat rescue. And what they do is they get donations from the community, and with that money, they help cats in need. So a lot of the time, they'll get contacted by somebody who has a feral cat at their house or in the neighborhood, and what they do is specifically they'll go in and they'll trap the kitty, they'll bring it in and get it medical attention, vaccinations, neutering, everything that they can do, and then they will either release it back out or they'll find a home for it where they can get into a family with a nice situation. So what we're doing this weekend is a really special event. A lot of people have come together for this one, and it means a lot to me. Everything that has happened, it's definitely more than me alone. Kitty Bungalow has been huge in this. I see them with us in the world right now, which is awesome. I think that working with them in this capacity opens up a whole new avenue of knowledge of what they do, donations, and everything. So it's just a really special event. I've had a great time really doing this whole thing. So what you'll see here, today is Sunday, and this is the end of the event. So what we have is a schedule of events here. Big, busy day. There's a live auction that's being kicked off by a DJ set by Twisted Vacancy at 2 o'clock Pacific time, and it runs all the way through 6 o'clock, where we're doing live auction closings with select pieces. So, it's been super fun. I can't wait to see what happens with these. The Crypto Kitties are rare releases that were donated to us directly from Crypto Kitties and Dapper Labs. So big shout out to them for all of this. They were great collaborators. They worked directly with Async on a piece that I'll be showing later on in the tour. They did a scavenger hunt for us where they donated Crypto Kitties, and people were running around the world looking for them. It was really fun to see people running all around and searching in all the nooks and in the cars and little areas that feral kittens get trapped in, right? That was what I was going for, was to put them in actual places that cats would be found at by Kitty Bungalow. So all around, it's been an awesome themed event. I'm super excited about what we've raised so far. And, today is a big day where we're closing out all the auctions. A majority of the auctions, anything that isn't being specifically done in the live auction closes at 3 o'clock Pacific time today. So that is less than 4 hours from now. So there's still time. If you're watching this and we're going through the tour, now's the time to put the bids down and help these cats. Like, those are just ending times. So there's not going to be any extensions. I know Async has their own auction ending schedule for the layers. You can look at their tweets for those. I think a lot of those are 24-hour Coldie method, which was coined by me basically about a year ago. I was doing auctions on Super Rare, and it didn't seem fair to just accept a bid at a one time. So I started a method where a high bid had to last for 24 hours, so everyone had an option to bid on it worldwide, and they are taking that as one of their methods for this show. So that's super awesome. What you'll see on the ground here is a yoga setup that was put together by Crypto Wiener and Nisla, and this is the second show they've done with me, and each time it's just equally as relaxing, and now it's just permanently set up here. So if you want to get your Zen on in a virtual world, you can just click this little play button at any point, and the guided meditation will start. And it's nice even just for a 5 minute, just to close your eyes while you're at the screen and just relax a little bit. So big thanks to them. They jumped in and took care of it. It looks awesome. Really appreciate them. So what we have going on over here, and can I get a yes in the chat if you're hearing me? I haven't heard anything, so I think we're good. Give me a yes in the chat if we're doing good here. It looks like everything's good on my end. Okay, we're going to keep this going. So what we have here is the physical art gallery, and what the coolest thing about this is that we are introducing the crypto art space to people who have never even had exposure to what this is about. And many of us have been in this space for a couple years now, but they haven't really, it's been our little ecosystem. And this show has brought in some major names, and I'll just kind of talk about some of these people. And what you're seeing is, sorry, just checking the audio. So what we're seeing here is this guy, Sage Vaughn. You might not know this name if you're a crypto exclusive collector, but Sage Vaughn is one of the premier contemporary artists, and he is good friends with Kitty Bungalow, and he donated this beautiful oil painting that normally would hang in a gallery, right? But what we're doing now is we're able to embed a digital picture and allow somebody to click this and just go and buy it right there. You know, Sage Vaughn, I mean, anybody who has a Sage Vaughn original hanging their house is looking pretty sweet right now. So that is a beautiful piece. Really appreciate that. Kelly Simone Waits is Tom Waits' daughter, the famous musician, and she is an avid cat lover. And you know, she did these awesome called Astro Kitty series. She did 2 different pieces, and you know, they're just fresh and trippy. You know, these things are just wild, and I just love the energy that she has, and they're great additions to the show, and the color palette fits perfectly with what I was building. We got Cat Gods, did a 2 silkscreen release here. They're called Warhol Cat 1 and Warhol Cat 2. Super awesome. I love the coloring on those. This is my own piece that's sold to a collector, and what this is a 3D lenticular print. So what that means is the physical print, when you move it back and forth, it has depth to it. And I was going to pull it out, but it's a little bit buried. But when you move it back and forth, it actually has depth. So the cat in the background, who's Paul Sabbath, who I'll bring in here soon, he's walking around the house. This is Paul Sabbath overlooking his kingdom. And this was actually, if you know my artwork, you're going to notice some themes and some similar graphics, and I used those as its own little series of pieces. So these, the city, you'll notice from the day we've all been waiting for, which is actually, I can show you, this is the print of that series. It's a 3D print, and I use these same graphics for the Paul Sabbath piece. And I originally donated a piece for this a couple years ago, and it's great to have it back, and even better that it went home with somebody. This is Jackie Dunn Smith. This piece also sold. Really excited. So we're selling physical art in a virtual space, and I think as the traditional offline art community realizes what is possible, that these are going to be more prevalent of an occurrence. And it was an awesome experiment, and the fact that we're selling these things online is awesome. So the next step will be, as these people get exposure, to introduce them to crypto in general. And I've already gotten a lot of interest from some of the artists, and it's exciting to see their first reactions of like what we're doing and what we're used to. This is our world. So now it's our job to be ushers in for the next round, right? This piece here is going to be part of our live auction, and this is Crypto Caillou, and Crypto Caillou has donated to Kitty Bungalow for a couple years now. Super kind. He ships these things from I think he's in the UK, and he has a very unique project going on, and one that no one else is even got their finger close to. He's making, he calls them toys, but I call them sculptures. And what they are, and I actually have one. So I picked up this beauty. Actually, it was last year's Kitty Bungalow. He was selling this for charity, so I could not pass it up. And it's a vinyl, professionally made, beautiful sculpture. Look great on any countertop or a shelf or anything. And the awesome part about it is there is an NFT embedded in here, so you can prove that this is the real deal. And this is part of the bundle. So if you see the kitty on the bottom right, that is going to be a physical representation that you'll get like this. And I believe he said it's maybe gold colored on the eyes. There's some variant of this one, and that'll be part of it. And in addition to that bundle, you get this guy. You get a physical print that you're looking at. I can zoom in here a little bit more so we can get a little closer look of the actual artwork. This is a 15-inch by 9-inch print, a one-of-one. And the crypto collectors and anybody, really, your ears perk up when you hear one-of-one, because there's built-in value. No one else is going to have this thing. And it's printed on, it's called Hahnemühle paper. And I print my own artwork on Hahnemühle. And it's a beautiful German thick paper. It's almost like watercolor paper. It's got a really nice texture to it, and colors pop amazingly off of Hahnemühle paper. So he went to the very top in terms of quality. You get both of those. You get the NFT of the print as well, another asset, one of one. And you also get a Doge Dog figure as well. And I believe those just came out. So, if you add up all of those elements to this bundle, it's a very valuable and very rare bundle to have. So we're going to be auctioning that off. I believe that's at 5 p.m. today. Again, it's on the schedule, but it's definitely one of the key pieces that we're selling off. Again, thank you, Crypto Caillou, for donating that. Super sweet. Love working with you. You're awesome. One of the other people who is a longtime friend of Kitty Bungalow is Gary Baseman. And Gary Baseman is his own brand. And Gary's one of the most famous illustrators in contemporary art, and he has donated. He donated 2 sets of prints, and these both have sold. So Gary Baseman has sold in a virtual world, and I know Gary knows about this, and I believe he's come out to the show to check it out. And again, we're opening established artists to a new space, and I can't see this being any better of an example of things actually happening. He actually sold. Not only was he in the show, but his pieces went home to somebody. So that's a total win in my book. So this is the physical space. This was probably the most experimental room because I had no idea what was gonna be of interest to a crypto-heavy collector base. And the fact that we're selling already, and I expect to sell more of those today, is fantastic. So thank you to everybody who bought those. It means a lot to everyone, especially the offline artists who donated. They're contributing awesomely to this. So what we have next is the first room of the show. And before we go in, let me just kind of show the room off here. And what you'll first notice is a huge cat sculpture that is busting through the roof. And that cat is a literal cat celebrity named Nala. And if you aren't in the cat world, you might not know that name, but I bet you've seen a picture of Nala while you're scrolling on Instagram or Facebook or anywhere. Nala is a worldwide sensation. Nala is good friends with Kitty Bungalow, and she donated her time to come in here, and she did a live stream on the opening night on Friday where she came in and was playing around, just being cute, being Nala, and they promoted us to her 4.3 million Instagram followers. And again, that's new people seeing a virtual world for the first time. And that's the butterfly effect of crypto. As soon as one person finds out, they start telling a friend, and then suddenly people are looking at virtual worlds as a real place that they want to spend their time. So big thanks to Nala. Awesome to have Nala and her whole team involved. And part of the Nala party we had are a couple things on this table that are pretty special. One, the first one here in the middle is Nala's birthday card. So you can click this link and fill out a form and say something to Nala. It's not very often you get to get a message to a cat celebrity. This might be your chance. So you can click there and do that. This Nala digital poster, I haven't found out. I know that Kitty Bungalow is in the chat. Let me know how many posters we're up to, because I know on the first day we had sold 50 posters. And these aren't even crypto posters. They're standard JPEG downloads. But the idea that we sold 50 posters to people, it says something. That's one of the signs of adoption, where if someone's willing to trade their dollar, their physical paper dollar, for a digital asset, the next logical step is when they learn that they can not only buy a digital asset, but they can buy one that is on the blockchain. And those are seed plantings that I see as super positive and very exciting. So if you want to, every single dollar helps. This isn't only about buying artwork. If you can spare $1 and get a Nala poster, fantastic. That helps a real cat in need. And also for everybody here, especially us that are in CryptoVoxels, we're doing a free Kitty Bungalow avatar wearable giveaway. And it's cat ears and whiskers. So you just have to sign the guest book and put your ETH address, and we're going to send you one of these awesome ears. And I can't wait to see people walking around later on with these on. So awesome little giveaway. So let's talk about some of these pieces. This first piece here um, is, to me, one of the most jovial and playful, perfect cat themed pieces. And it's by Bryan Brinkman, who on his own is a very successful commercial artist. He works for I don't know if it's I don't know if it's Jimmy Fallon or Conan, one of the big time shows that you're watching. He literally works for those shows. He's an amazing artist, and he's showing that not only is he super talented as a commercial artist, but equally as talented as a digital artist, and now thriving inside of Super Rare. And as soon as I saw this one, I knew I wanted it at the front because it was just special and playful. The animation is just stellar. So yeah, big thanks to Bryan for this. And this piece is actually going to be part of our live auction closing, and this will be the final piece at 6 p.m. tonight that we will be auctioning off. So if you want to place a bid, all you gotta do is click that easy little button there, and it'll take you right into Super Rare. And let's just see what this is looking like. So right now, there's a 1.1 Ether bid on this, and I can tell you that is one heck of a deal, and I expect that to go much higher. But it's good to see some bids already on that one. Again, super big thanks to Bryan for that. Really love it. Kind of go in order here. So this is the Kitty Bungalow corner. And if you ever were wondering what any of your donations would go towards, just look at this board. Anywhere from $3 to $25K. It doesn't even matter what you give. There is ways that it helps. So for $3, you can help initial kitten vaccines. Wonderful. Keep them healthy, keep them safe, and then all the way down to saving 5 cats from fatal diseases. I mean, these are real things. This isn't going into somebody's ether wallet to hodl. This is being literally used tomorrow for cats. And these are 2 of their main programs they do. A trap, neuter, and return. So that is TNR. If you ever hear somebody say TNR, it's a well-known acronym in the cat world. And that's what they do. They trap a feral cat, they neuter it, they get it neutered and vaccinated, and flea treatment and medical care, and then it goes right back out, or they find a house for it. And then Working Cat is another special program where some cats are less likely to get fostered as they get older. Everyone loves a cute kitten, and everyone, when you walk into the shelter or wherever you're going to, you see them playing and just squiggling and being cute, doing little kitty things. But imagine a 7-year-old cat who their family couldn't take care of anymore, or it was feral. They just didn't have a good home, and now they're homeless. What Kitty Bungalow does is they get them in. They this is beautiful. So I'm reading this as well. So they can work in barns and breweries. Barns need cats for mice control and rodents. So they can actually be a working cat where they can go around and take after and roam around and be a cat and serve real purpose and have a great life at the same time. So please go over there. Kitty Bungalow is here all weekend, and they're here to answer your questions. And they're super helpful and nice people, so take advantage of them being here. This next piece is by Millbitty. I love this piece, and they are one of the originals of crypto art. I've been around the space for about 2 years, and I know they have just as long. I've seen them the whole time. They do a great shadows series that if you're in crypto art, I'm sure you have seen that one. And this is just another take on that same style. And seeing a cat is a perfect representation of what their figures also look like. So I love that one with the subtle little cat tail wiggle there. It's a tasty little piece. That one will be closing today at 3 o'clock as well. This one is Glass Crane, and this one kind of came out of nowhere. He said, he's like, I'm cooking it up. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. And I said, can't wait to see it. And literally, when he showed it to me, I was jaw dropped. I even own a Glass Crane in my collection, and this is right up there with it. I think this is just an awesome piece. And when these guys and gals, everyone, when these artists are making a cat art piece, some of them don't usually make pieces about cats. So this could be the anomaly of the series that has like exceptional value because it's that odd one. And collectors are always looking for that unique, odd piece that stands out in the collection. So this one, Bastet, is the Egyptian god of, I think it's like mothering and like children and like taking care of things along those lines. I'm not an expert, but I know it has something to do with Egyptian culture and just the rendering of it. It's super tasty. And that one is actually also going to be in the auction tonight at 5:30, I believe. It was a late addition to that, but I'm happy and excited to have Glass Crane part of the festivities this evening. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna get a drink of water, but while we do that, take a gander at this piece and just kind of soak in what's going on. So this is Matt Kane. If you are new to crypto art, or even if you know Matt and his work, this might seem like a little bit of a divergence, which again is that creative uniqueness that makes this show so awesome. And I'm going to click into Super Rare because the animations don't play properly on CryptoVoxels. So let's check it out for real. So you can see this thing comes to life. There's animations, they're subtle, but they're very, very effective. And Matt really took it to the next level on this one. And Matt has his own, I believe it's a JavaScript software that he developed himself to make these. So this is even more than Photoshop and After Effects. And he cooked up this software. And, even now, as I look at this thing full screen, the background is doing animations and changing colors. This is a profound piece of art. And I've been so busy that I haven't actually spent even this much time. And it's really quite amazing. I could really keep staring at this thing for another 20 minutes, and this will be part of our auction tonight as well. The current bid on this is doing awesome. Man, I love this. It's up to 5.5 Ether, and we have. I'll tell you a little quick story. I was on late last night before I was going to bed, just kind of looking around at everything that was going on, and just kind of looking at bids coming in, getting excited for the next day. And I was just looking at the history. I even put a bid in here a couple days ago, just to kind of get things. It's like a sign of appreciation. Sometimes when you put a bid in and it gets above your budget, it's still just letting them know you appreciate it. So I put a bid in there. A lot of awesome people have bid as well, and I got up to, at the time, they were the two high bids. It was Tennessee Jed, and he's a great guy. He's in the community, an active buyer, and it says a day ago he bid 2.5 ether, and then he upped his own bid to 3.45 ether, and there was no reason other than to give more and maybe send a message that he was serious, right? So he did that, and that's just more money for cats. Like he didn't have to do that, but he did, and I so appreciate that. And since then, I see that the bidding war has commenced. We have a new bidder that wasn't in there at first. He took that 3.45, turned it into 3.8, and then Tennessee Jed came in with a solid 5 bid to get this thing more serious. And then this new bidder has come in with a 5.5. So this is far from over. This will be one of the hotter auctions that's going to go on at the end of the day. And I'm super excited to see this one go. Amazing piece. Thank you, Matt, really, for everything. Top-notch work. Very, very good. So let's get back on with it. If we have any questions, let me know. I see Crypto or Super Rare Zach is in the house. I agree the Brinkman piece is so cool. And Kitty Bungalow has also said, if you guys have questions, ask me. I can check in on the chat here to see if we have any questions coming in. And you can put them in the Twitch chat as well. We got people coming in on this Twitch, which is great to see everyone down here. The next piece we're going to talk about is Sparrow. And Sparrow is another prolific person in this space. Sparrow has her finger on the pulse of a lot of different initiatives and a lot of different projects. And she took time out of her busy schedule to donate one of her cats. And that she actually just told me this one sold, which is awesome. And she actually put up another 4 or 5 of her cat pieces. Black Box Cats, I believe is the project name. She put up 5 more pieces for donation. So thank you for that. I will put a link for those below this art piece after the tour is over. You can find those. And yeah, big thanks to Sparrow. I really respect her wisdom in the space. She's got her finger on the pulse of many important stuff. So thank you to that. She's actually one of my neighbors in CryptoVoxels. If you go down the road just like 2 blocks, she's got an awesome collection of all her works. Brownwood Lugberg, this was an awesome piece to get. Brownwin is new, or relatively new to Super Rare, and the illustration styles are just awesome. And this is called Work From Home, which I have been doing for at least, 3 months now. And that is kind of what I feel like I'm doing. Just constantly flipping mice. So, awesome piece. Much appreciated. I love that one. And this is from Dragonate. And this is called Pewty Kitty. And it's from the pixel art series, Pixel Chain. An awesome, just minimalist, but it's got that like cat emotion going on it. And I love the half and half symmetry. It's really beautiful piece. I love having different styles of art next to each other, right? So, you got this animated cat piece, which is minimalist, black and white with a lot of negative space. And then at the same time, right next to it, you got a cool lo-fi pixel art. So that was part of the fun of putting this together, was curating and pairing pieces that were opposites but also kind of related to each other. Okay, next up, this is Keisha, and Keisha is a team of young child artists who put this piece together for the auction. I super love it, and let's see what this one's up to. So this one has a 0.3 bid, which is awesome. I love it, and I can tell you right now that price is not gonna stay. Really love that. And the backstory of this is Keisha are the children of Hackatow. And Hackatow is one of the leading OG artists of crypto space. And what they have done is they're getting their children involved in crypto art, which is super fantastic. And I just love the way this thing turned out. This is at 0.3 right now. The auction will close in a little bit more than 3 hours, and the current bid is 0.3. This is another one of my favorites for the series, just for many different reasons. It's pop art. It's an awesome animation with I couldn't even tell you how many are in this loop. It seems like more than 15 or so. So awesome art, and this is the future, literally, of crypto art. Like, we are setting the stage, but it's the youth that will take all the baseline stuff that we're figuring out and turn it over on its head and do wild stuff. So this is the beginning of that, and I just love this art piece and appreciate them donating it. Next up, we have Obexium. I always get their name hard. It's hard for me to pronounce it, but definitely another one of the super rare players. This piece is in their definite style. If you've seen their work before, I did a collaboration with them. That was super fun collaboration, and we actually sold a piece of art and paid for an artist who desperately needed a new computer, and we did a little tag team job, and we raised enough money for a computer. So that was pretty awesome to do. Everyone needs to have tools to make their passions, so that's what we like to do in crypto art, and help each other out. This is Sarah Zucker, who is very well known in this space for her unique style. She takes analog VHS videos and just distresses them and gets wild color strings and wavelength distortion. I don't know how you would truly describe it, but this piece is awesome. I mean, I have a piece of hers that's in this vein, but it's not a cat, and it is so funny because I was building the show. I had this piece put up early on, and it kept catching my eye out of the corner of my eye, and it's almost like when you're anywhere and you see something and you have to look over at what it was. This cat like kept staring at me the whole time I was building it. So just a funny story for myself that I just love it. It's just so realistic, but also just so not. Awesome classic Sarah Zucker piece. And the final piece in this room is Trippiagi. Trippiagi is another relatively in the new class of crypto artists, but definitely already a mainstay in the space. And this Trippiagi piece, let's check it out. Had a bid, but now there's no bids. And I can tell you that will definitely change if I have to literally take it home myself. That is too awesome of a piece. Classic Trippiagi. He does lots of psychedelic multicolor pieces, And you know the kitty with the third eye is Trippiagi. Big thanks for all he's done. He's been a help with different stuff with this project as well. So definitely owning it. Let's go up to the roof. What you saw below was great. I got an awesome reply from somebody in the chat. Showed up, signed up, saw the art. Great idea. Thank you. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I really appreciate it. This is just for fun. You know, this is to check out art. This is to just join in the fun. There's no expectations on any of this except for learning and sharing. And oh, awesome. So this person is friends with Twisted Vacancy, who is doing a DJ set. Twisted Vacancy is doing a DJ set at 2 o'clock, and they looks like they did a song together for that. So that's awesome. So this is great timing for that comment. Thank you. What you're looking at, we'll do that first. So Twisted Vacancy is going to do a DJ set up here. You can see last night we had Dow Records that was doing a DJ set that was super awesome. Much love to them for this DJ set they put together. And then at 2 o'clock, leading up to the live auction, we'll have Twisted Vacancy. So I expect to see people up here dancing, having fun, and we'll have the Twitch video stream going here. You can watch the closing of a whole bunch of auctions and get involved. And I would pull it up on your browser to get the audio for it. CryptoVoxels is having an issue streaming in audio with Twitch, but we'll definitely have the video here so you can at least just be enjoying yourself and have the audio tab opened up as well. So yeah, be here at 2 o'clock for that. And before we're done with this building, this is Nala Cat sculpture. And this was created by Ogre, who is one of the most prolific and respected voxel artists in CryptoVoxels. And I approached him about doing this, and he was super gracious, worked really hard to get Nala and all of her markings. And she's known for having her tongue out and beautiful blue eyes. And he rendered it just masterfully. And this is going to be another one of our live auctions. You're actually able to own the sculptures that make this show what it is. So this is going to be up for auction today. That one ends in the 5 o'clock hour. And I believe the minimum bid is 0.5 Ether. And if you own land in CryptoVoxels and you need something to like anchor it and be just a solid build from the start, this is it. You know, this is a literal cat celebrity officially sanctioned sculpture, and that might all be a first. And Nala she has 4.3 million Instagram followers. She is a force of a cat. And to own something like that is just one of the most unique voxel pieces that I think is available now. So that is the first building. And thank you for sticking around, everybody. I'm going to keep going. Please ask questions. There's a lot going on, and I can talk about all this stuff nonstop. So stop me if you want some more clarity. This is the second building. And this is a super fun building because it's a very eclectic, just like the first one. Amazing different sets of arts going on here. This first one is Sean Mick, and I'll pull it up here so you can see the clearer. This one's called Black Magic, and I'll give it a sec to load the audio, load the animation. But check this out. I mean, this is some focused, awesome art. And Sean Mick is known for his concentric circle animations and the way it pulls together this almost panther-looking art piece. It's You could tell the thought and execution is masterfully done. I love the timings. I'm a nerd for a loop, and seeing how these circles come together, wonderfully done. Awesome piece of art. Let me give the stream a sec to catch up. I think we're good. Okay, we're good. So Sean Mick, big thanks for this one. Awesome animation. And so what you're going to see in general, I'm just going to do a quick pan around to kind of see all the different art in this space. Like all the different art. I just want you to take in everything that we're going to be talking about. And what I love about this is this art comes from our entire community. I had so many different people from different spheres of crypto art reach out to me wanting to be a part of it. And it was so fun to bring everybody in. And, super awesome to curate this all and find a balance for the way it all works. And, this first piece here by Uriel Hernandez is one of these pieces that is it's glitchy, it's lo-fi, it's animated, and it's just awesome. And there is a movement inside of crypto art. It's a niche that is self-described as trash art. And it derived, to the best of my knowledge, from artworks of a trash can, I believe, is where it came from. And the backstory goes far and deep. And I have come to love this movement. And my opinion on art is, if you're proud of the art you're making, then it's valid art. And there's so much fun and wild and crazy art in trash art. And this kind of captures that into an emotion of this cat that's off-registered in a crazy little animation loop. So I love having all different subgenres of crypto art together in one building. This next one here, very bad pronouncing this name, but this artist I've seen for a long time. She has a series on Super Rare, and this, to me, I feel a lot of personal emotion in this space, where I don't know if that's a self-portrait, but it's a person with a cat, and cats are companions, and cats are, our friends and our confidants and our therapy, and I feel that in this piece, and I just really appreciate that emotion put into the art. Let me kind of zoom back here for a sec. What you're looking at in this corridor, all of these are from Dada NYC. And a little link in here. If anybody else wants to join us, we'll get some more people popping in here. So Dada NYC is one of the original crypto art collective groups. And the way their project works is they allow people to draw together on a shared canvas, and those shared canvases can be tokenized and sold. And these are examples of Dada NYC artists who have all done their own takes on art. So we have a whole bunch of different artists here who have done unique styles, different renderings of what a cat is to them. And I just love the variety and just we all have known different cats who just have different feelings about them. And guilty as charged, right? We've seen that face. We know, and the cat knows. It's just beautiful. Or just the cat looking out the window. These are just beautiful. And then the cat with the little mojo going on, right? Mr. Cool. Perfect name. And it's so painterly. You get up close and you can see, the actual digital brush strokes. Like someone drew this by hand. Beautiful work. Then you have your more minimalist, almost a silkscreen look, where you've got, two colors on white and super effective, right? And then juxtaposed next to super wild, almost psychedelic, wild color palette. And Psychedelic Cat, there you go, right? Well named. So big thanks to Dada NYC for donating all of these. And these are all tokenized on Super Rare. So you can own a one of one on Super Rare and help. This is all helping Kitty Bungalow. I mean, this one's ready to go. You want to take a piece of art home right now? Take Bureaucrat, right? And Moxara is another of those next wave artists who has made a name in the space. Speaking of old school, super rare artists, Peter Bach has been around as long as I've been on Super Rare. And this piece, I love the symmetry of this. I love when you look at the symmetry that it's not a perfect flip. They didn't just copy it and flip it. The markings are different on each side. Like there's a lot of thought that went into this. And it's just a beautiful piece. Very beautiful. Love it. Then we come over with the crazy cat called Magic Cat by Samsonite. Love it. Wild energy. Absolutely. Giselle Flores. Giselle, I've seen a couple of her interviews. I've seen Curating Crypto. She did a great interview on there with Havo Villalobos. Big shout out. If you haven't seen Curating Crypto and you have interest in this space, they're all on every single podcast platform. They're on iTunes, all of them, literally. And go, just put them on while you're working or just around the house and listen and soak it in, because he's talked to, I don't know, a dozen artists in the first series, and it's well crafted interviews, articulate, smart, and just also fun. I was a guest on one of his early episodes, and it was just super exciting to talk to him. We talked for, I don't even know, probably close to 2 hours. So check that out, just as a side note. Giselle was also on Josie's, I think it's Speaking Crypto, if that's the name of it. Josie has an awesome series as well. That's a podcast, and hers is a video podcast. And I checked out that interview and learned a lot about her background. She went to RISD, which is the Rhode Island School of Design. Super well-known school that has produced world-class artists. Even Shepard Fairey went to RISD. So there's a pedigree of quality that comes out of that school, and she lives up to that. And she is now doing crypto art, and she does long exposure light photography. She's a traditional artist as well as a digital artist, and this is a great piece. Let's see if we can find let's see if the animation is going. And I actually believe, now that I'm clicking on, this is night out. So, this is what she makes, and this is called Diamond Drool, I believe. I mean, look at this. look at the colors in those bubbles. It's just super abstract, but super beautiful. Yeah, Diamond Drool. Awesome piece. And then Veda. I love the blueness of this cat. I love the love of being held. Like when you hold a cat, there's a they trust you, you know. They're giving love. There's just a beautiful moment that was captured here. Beautiful, nice little piece. And then juxtapose that with this cat. I'm going to butcher this name. Pavoni. Did my best. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but I know the artist. This artist is on Rarible, and Rarible is, if you are into trash art, or I would call it more of an underground art scene, Rarible is an awesome place to look around for some treasures. And this is one of the leading artists on Rarible. And this piece was actually donated by a collector, Colburn, I believe. And this is an early one of this artist's pieces. And it's just raw, you know? I mean, we have this piece, and then we have Miwa. And that's why I put them next to each other, right? Just, wow. Two different takes on the same species. And that's just, and they're both equally as effective. And this is an early one of this artist. So if you're into trash art and you want an early piece of trash art by one of the leaders, this is going to be one of the ones you want to snag. And then, like I said, juxtaposed to Miwa. And Miwa is on Known Origin. And this piece, I don't know a lot of background on Miwa, but what it gives me is almost like a lo-fi anime type of look. And it just totally works. You know, you got the little kitty sitting on a flower field. Like, man, just the thought behind that, like, to come up with that, it's just beautiful. I love it. It's just simple and very, very effective. Okay, I got some, let me catch up on some chats here. Oh, Behind the Art with Josie. Thank you, Easy and Crypto. You got my back on that one. Yes, Behind the Art with Josie is the name of the series. Awesome. Easy and Crypto is doing the hustle. Easy and Crypto does CBDs, medical CBD. Really awesome stuff. So he's doing CBD pop-up show and watching this on Twitch. So you win. You are winning today. Another one of the trash art celebrity artists, I'll call him, is Rob Ness. And Rob Ness, if you are new to the space, I will describe Rob Ness as outspoken, confident, and prolific in his own age. He is one of, actually, he was involved in the early Rare Pepe scene. So Rob Ness has a history with crypto art when it was actually on Bitcoin chain, before Bitcoin it hasn't been effective for digital art like Ethereum has. So Rob Ness has an awesome background with that. And then he came over and has been on lots of platforms, and now he's residing on Rarible, and he's doing a techno origami series where he donated this piece, and when I look at it, it feels like a cat with the ears right there, the cat face, and a mouse. Don't know, but it works. And this is part of his series he's been doing. Super awesome for him to donate this piece. And it's got that abstract feel that you feel like you could see in a traditional gallery, but it's totally digital and just total Rob Ness. So big thanks to that. He's been He's been around the space for a long time, and I love seeing all the stuff he's coming up with. He's a wild man. So let's move over. Let's move over to this one. This is Alotta Money, and Alotta Money is definitely one of the other prolific artists in the space. Let's click through and see the full piece. Sometimes animations don't get their due justice in crypto world. So this stepped up for this whole weekend, and just big thanks in general to Alotta Money. I reached out when we did the call for entries. We were talking, and he said absolutely. And he's a busy person, and I thought Alotta Money was gonna do a piece, and that alone is a huge sacrifice of time and energy. And then I come to find out Alotta Money is also leading up an async master team, and we'll go over there later on and check out that piece. But he stepped up twice, and I just hats off to him for everything he's done for this. This piece is called Healing Purr, and this is just another hypnotic art piece. You know, you stare at it and man, this is another one. I've been so busy I haven't really taken enough time to just digest it all. And it's just flowing, right? I mean, off the nose, then all the way into the background. That top center is even moving. It's got movement and depth without even being a 3D piece. Just the detail, man. I could get lost in that one for a while. So, awesome piece by Alotta Money. The current bid is 1.22 Ether. I believe that he has a minimum on this one of 4.5 Ether. And this will be part of our afternoon closing auction as well. So let's get this one into a home. An awesome piece. Alotta Money is also quite known in the space. He is John McAfee's resident artist. He's been creating graphics for John, I think including John's presidential campaign graphics. And he's been making social media artworks for Twitter crypto influencers, and Alotta Money is well known in the space. He's one of the most prolific and just super talented. So much thanks. This is Martin Lewis Ostachowski. Again, I call him Art by MLO because I know I can say that correctly. Martin is doing a cloud series on Super Rare, and this one is also an animated piece. And this one, we'll let it load, but it's got this sweet little subtleness. If you look at the edges of the clouds, you see them kind of floating and moving like a cloud does. And he collaged these together. And he's always been super creative with his work. And man, I feel like I've seen that cat in the sky before. So super awesome work. Much love to Martin as always. He actually loaned me one of his parcels in CryptoVoxels over, man, a year and a half ago, must have been. And that was before I even knew how to build a wall. And if it wasn't for Martin helping me get my feet wet, I might not be here doing this today. So he was so kind to let me borrow that land. And I have to think that it helped all this come together. This is Adam Woods, another of the distressed artists. I'm not sure what camp he would say he's in, but I would say this is along the lines of the trash art movement. And this is called Mouse. And awesome animation. Much love for that one. Speaking of Easy and Crypto, who's in the stream right now, um, yeah, I agree. Easy and Crypto is chatting it up. Um, okay, cool. Sorry, catching up here. So yeah, Easy and Crypto um, loves the Cloud Kitty piece. Totally agree. And now we can talk about him, and he can uh, he can just bask in it because this is a sweet piece. And this is called Cat Dude, and I got to see this piece kind of come together. We were chatting, and he was sending me some sketches, and he was stoked. He was like totally in, and you know, he came back with this and just knocked it out of the park. And he is a traditional artist with 30 years experience in shooting photography, analog, and this is that awesome example of analog art mixing with illustration on the blockchain, right? I mean, 30 years ago or whenever he shot this picture, those weren't even options, you know? He's shooting 35 mil, and now he's able to take those pictures and collage them and put them on the blockchain, and it's freaking sweet. I love this piece. Super sick. I do a lot of nighttime light painting and long exposure, so I love me a light trail. And he told me that this is a taxi that was going around the corner on a wet night, and just awesome. Perfect color reflections. Dig it. Nice work, dude. And Kitty Bungalow was saying that they love I believe that was in regards to the Alotta Money piece. And they're saying that was one of the Kitty Bungalow favorites. And I agree with that. So now we're going to switch gears for a sec and talk about sculptures. And this was one of my experimental ideas. I'm always trying new things in events to kind of get a gauge of what people are interested in, what collectors might want to own, and specifically in this case, how I can raise more money, right? That's why I'm here, is to raise money for Kitty Bungalow. So when I was building this thing, this whole show, having sculptures in the art space grounds it all. It gives anchor. It helps people explain to someone else where they're at. It's like when you're at a music festival, you can say, oh, dude, I couldn't even tell you what stage I'm at, but I'm next to a huge windmill and, you know, a huge grove of trees, right? And that can, like, connect people, you know, like, so this is that example where you can say, hey, I'm at the big cat popping through the roof, right? So that was the original intent of these sculptures, was to become landmarks in the space. And this one is of Nala. We talked about it earlier. So now you can see it in a scale like you would see in a gallery. So this is the sculpture. And this was built with voxels, which is a 3D pixel technique that is used in CryptoVoxels. And, you know, we have 10 on the collar for Nala's 10th birthday. And, you know, like I said, she's known for having her tongue out and her cute Siamese cat markings. This will be auctioned again today at, I believe it's at 5 o'clock, right around that time. So I would just suggest tuning in, starting at 2 o'clock when we get going, 3 o'clock when we get going, and just hang along for the ride. Speaking of Ogre, who did the Nala piece, he also did a cat tree. So big hats off to Ogre for stepping up. You know, these things are not easy to make. And I think I threw it out there early on of like just ideas of what we could do. And I was, you know, I threw out cat trees because, you know, we've all seen cat trees and just how cats love them. It's like their home. So he made one, right? He made an awesome cat tree. There's all kinds of fun stuff going on. And we saw this on the roof above us. And here's his Ogre stamp. And you can get inside of it literally, and see the cat sleeping in there. We got cats up on the top, and just awesome. Okay. So big thanks to Ogre. This one will also be auctioned off right at the same time as the Nala sculpture in the 5 o'clock area. One of them that has already sold was the Lucky Cat sculpture. And talking with Kitty Bungalow really quick. Yeah, Kitty Bungalow is going to be here, especially this afternoon. She was telling me she actually has to go. One of her kittens that she's helping needs to go to the vet. So that's real life, you know. And when they go to the vet, there's a bill. So why don't you buy some art right now and help pay for that visit? That'd be pretty awesome. So this is Lucky Cat by MythSpace, another prolific voxel builder in CryptoVoxels. This is themed off of the key art that I made of the cat with the VR glasses on. And Lucky Cat is another popular theme, especially in crypto, because it's part of culture of Lucky Cat is like prosperity, I believe, and throwing Lucky Cat into VR, it fits all those. We love finance, and we're into money and investing and stuff. So this was a great play on that whole theme. And what is added on and cool to this is that there is a DGX token embedded by BullionX. So if you hear BullionX, you'll know the word bullion. And what they have actually done is embedded in the NFT token 1 gram of gold. So that gram of gold is worth around $60 today, and that will change as the price of gold changes. So not only is this piece aesthetically beautiful and great for a voxel property, but you're actually getting a gram of gold inside of this thing. So that was another one of our experiments, and big shout out to BullionX for donating the gold and helping to tokenize on their they have a voxel sculpture, like a platform where you can tokenize these things and view them in 3D on their viewer. So an awesome experiment, and it worked out perfectly. And I see that being its own major genre of embeddable gold. It's very, very cool. Nice. So Easy in Crypto, who is doing the CBD hustle, said the Lucky Cat brought him luck. He made his first sale today now that Lucky Cat was involved. So you're seeing it work right now. Get Lucky Cat in your life. What we have next here is a super special. These all sold, as you can tell. We had an opening day auction to kick things off. And Josie, who is one of the premier, most respected artists in the space, she's been in it longer than pretty much anyone else. She has an official agreement, and she's approved to make authorized CryptoKitty wearables. Okay, so these are little cats that you can have on your person as you're walking around in a virtual world. And these are one of ones. She made them for the show, and CryptoKitties loved them when I showed them to the team. They were ecstatic about it. So we actually on Friday had quite a bidding war over these, and they each went for close to 1 Ether, and I think one of them was even more. I'd have to double check, but this raised a whole bunch of money for cats, right? Digital wearables for cats. Super awesome. Big thanks to Josie, as always. The final piece in this room is from Anonymous Nobody. This is called Kitty from Transylvania, and this is animated as well, I believe. Let's check it out. This is a 1 of 1. And this is on Maker's Place. And yeah, you can see the animation here. And I'm always one that loves offset colors. It reminds me of 3D. So I love the effect, and they have their own style that you'll know. If you know Anonymous Nobody, this is right up their alley, and I just appreciate and love the funness of this. And I love it. Totally works. So yeah, this is available, a 1 of 1. And he's another fun person. He's on Twitter a bunch. He's fun to chat with. So that is the end of building 2. And we'll go up to the roof for a second here. And if we want, we're just going to take a quick pause. If anybody needs to take a break, a bio break, or grab some water. We've been going for a while now. So I'm just going to leave it here. I'm going to drop a link for where I'm at. If anybody wants to catch back up, we have one more building and then the async to talk about. So I'm going to keep going. And catch up with me. I'm just going to leave it here for a minute or two. I'm going to drink some water, and we'll get going again in a second here. But if you follow this link, you can fly around the ogre sculpture. And it was actually pretty funny. Yesterday, it was actually Easy in Crypto. We were up here also. And it was right before I announced a scavenger hunt. And he was flying around, and I saw him headed right for one of the kitties I'd hidden, and I don't know, synchronicity happened, and he just flew right into it, and he's like, I don't even think he knew what he found, and I just kind of didn't bring it up until later, but he got a head start on the scavenger hunt, which that's what happens sometimes. You dedicate some time, and you're patient, and you don't know what's going to come your way. So he was rewarded for that. So that was pretty funny. I slyly ran up behind him, and I saw what he found. It was pretty funny. So I will be back in about two minutes. I'm going to get a drink of water, and I will be back. We've been going for an hour and 18 minutes. So hats off to everybody who's following in here, and like I said, we're recording this, so if you know of people who would appreciate this tour, I'll have this posted, and we'll keep going. So I'll be back in 2 minutes, and we'll keep it going. Thanks everybody, and also put some questions in the chat. I'm here for you guys. It was fun building it and curating it, so if you have any questions about any of that, about crypto art in general, or really anything else, I'm open ears. So have at it. And I'm actually going to fly up just to kind of show you how big this show is. We'll go to the top of here. And you can just kind of look down at everything. It's a 4-building show that was super fun to make. So I'll be back in a couple minutes. And do as you please, and I will see you in a second. All right, I'm back. I'm just gonna keep this thing going. Again, thank you guys for showing up. I appreciate it. It's been fun showing everybody around and talking about the show. It's been a lot of work from a lot of people, and I appreciate everybody really who stepped up and put in so much effort. This was definitely a team job. What we're going to talk about now is one of the premier pieces of the show, and this is the CryptoKitties Pavilion area. And what we have here are donated, super rare, very rare CryptoKitties. And I was looking at the breeding dates, and these were all born in 2017 or 2018. These are very old, and these are the ones that the team brings out when there's a special cause or a reason to raise money. So big, big thank you to the CryptoKitties team for everything they've done. They collaborated with us a lot, and they collaborated on an async piece as well, and the scavenger hunt. So they really went all out, and it's so appreciated. And part of it are these super valuable and very rare CryptoKitty assets. This first one here is a beast of a CryptoKitty. Draco the Magnificent exclusive is a 1 of 12, which for a CryptoKitty is very rare. It was bred in November of 2017, and that was before most people knew about CryptoKitties at all. That was maybe, I think that was even before the big crypto bull run had happened, or right at that point. So this one is going to be auctioned off today in less than 3 hours. The timer ends. Let's go to the page and check it out. So we're getting some action on this guy, which is great to see. The current high bid is 3 Ether, and if you saw the market value here, $3,600 market value, and that's from CryptoKitties, and they know what they're talking about. So this has a market value of $3,600, and this right now is going for about $750. So, people are trying to definitely want this in their collection, and I definitely want it to go for $3,600 or more. So, if you're looking for a CryptoKitty, if you just are the type of person who wants to have exposure to some of the main, most important pieces of crypto art and projects, this would be one. If you just wanted to own one of them, this would fill that need. So this is coming in. We got some bids coming in just 12 minutes ago. Great to see that. Getting the action going. Waldmeister, who is very active in the Josie auctions, is coming back for this guy. So that's good to see. And I hope we get some nice bidding wars going on there. So that's Draco the Magnificent. This one is DAP E exclusive, a 1 of 50. Market value is $600 on this one. It has a 1 ETH bid, which is great to see. $237 on this guy. Awesome. Going to cats. This one ends in 3 hours. We got a question here. How many artists overall? That is a great question. My list, personally, had around 40 artists, and that includes box builders, includes the art on the walls. It includes the physical artists, and that does not include all the async artists. And they had, I believe it was 34 artists. So you're looking at over 70 artists in this show. That might be the biggest group collaboration on crypto artists we've seen. So again, this is not my show. I spearheaded it and built the thing, but none of this would be happening if nobody showed up to actually do the art. So I just had my cat jump in. Luna, can I hold you? Can I hold you, Queen? Can I hold you? Oh, come on. Oh, I got her. I got Luna. This is very rare. This is Luna. Luna's never been on Twitch before. You are so sweet. And I would not be doing this show if it wasn't for Luna. I never had a cat around me. I was always a dog guy. And Luna is the most sweet cat. She gives kisses. She doesn't let people pick her up very often, and she's going to want to get down now, but thank you, Luna. I was telling Luna about this show, and she was super excited. So we're going to let Luna hang out with us today. And so, yeah, I mean, cats are a big part of my life, and it's good to pass on that love for other cats. So, the third and final one that was donated by CryptoKitties is Sparkles Special Edition. And this is a rare background and eye color of Sparkles. So we can jump in. Oops. Check out what this one's at. So we have a high bid on this one. The market value of this one is $1,000. And we have a 1 ETH bid on that. So we're looking at $237 on that right now. So 2 hours and 20 minutes left. And the high bidder is Vaughn, who I also saw, I believe, on the Draco piece. So I'm expecting this to be a pretty exciting live auction for these, especially these three, because CryptoKitties collectors are very serious collectors, and they know when they see one they want. So you can tell already. Usually these auctions heat up at the last moment. Everyone's trying to like sneak in and like get a bid in, but there's usually like 4 people who have that idea. So the fact that someone's placing bids now, that's a great sign. Like somebody wants it, and they're sending signals that they are doing it for real. So Sparkles, they all have bids. Great to see. And in about less than 3 hours, these will all have new homes. Then again, I put these Josies in here again for all the CryptoKitty lovers. Just fantastic. Love them. Great job, Josie. So, it was fun to make this CryptoKitties pavilion. Great collaborators. Great experience with them. Super fun. The final part of our build here on site is the cat sponsorship playground area. And what you're going to see first of all are a whole bunch of cats and flowers. And these are from Vox Builders. And Easy and Crypto made these flowers for me. And if you'll notice, they got 3D glasses on them. And if you know me, you know that's what I do. So super fun, themed for the show and also for me. We have litter boxes that were made. You could actually, those are like 3D box litter boxes and cats. So it was fun to sprinkle them around here because this is where you're going if you want to help. These are real cats. And Kitty Bungalow has been talking about them all. I was one of them specifically is Honey, and Honey has a super almost like it was a life-threatening disease, and she came into Super Rare, not Super Rare, into Kitty Bungalow, and because of donations, Honey is thriving and doing well today. So you can see the cats that you'll be helping, and if you want to help a specific cat when you make your donation, you can tell them where you want the money to go to, and that's part of the nonprofit is they will make sure your money goes to that cat. And again, how do my donations help? It goes from $3 to $25K, and anything in the middle, it's all just perfect for cats. They can't get jobs, they can't be their own ambassadors, but they need us to be there for them. So, look around here and just feel the love. And if you like premium cat food, Nala, who was with us, she has her own cat food brand that is grain-free and super healthy, wet and dry versions. So check that out if you need some cat food. It's super fun. So, just kind of taking this all in. We got yoga down there. We have the physical art. We have these 4 buildings of artworks. And that is the main part of the build. And from here, I'm going to walk down the road. We'll briefly pop in here just because I want to talk about async before I show you the kitty pieces themselves. Thank you. Yes, lots of love for Luna. Thank you. Yeah, easy in crypto, you're right. If those are only going for a couple of ETH, you should definitely get a bid in on those. That's the thing about an auction is, especially a charity auction, you don't know what they're going to go for. You could get an amazing deal, and that's the great thing about charity is that anything we make is a bonus. But if you as a collector can get a good deal on that, then everyone wins. So in here is async, and async, in my opinion, has changed artwork in general, not just digital or crypto art. They have figured out how to make programmable art on the blockchain, which means, let's find a good example. We'll do this Xcopy piece. So Xcopy, one of the OG crypto art people, did his own piece. And the way these things work is you can own a layer or a piece of this artwork. And by owning that layer, you can change the way it looks and different functions of the artwork. So on this piece, there's 9 characters in the grid. And I'm not sure if the other pieces are ownable, but for sure those. And when you own a layer, you can change those. So every time you come back and look at the art piece, any one of these, elements change. Owners will come in and decide that, they can change different elements. And, like on this one specifically, you can change the color of these outer pieces, the gold. You can change like the mushroom, these little people. All of these things are living pieces of the art. And every single one of these changes day by day when the owner decides that they want to change something. So I would say that see that. Oh, okay. So you can change the states of some of these artworks. I'm not sure if let's try it out. Okay. So, okay, check this out. These are how the layers change. So these are different options. And it's not in an animation right now, but all of those background changes are different options that the owner has. So they have revolutionized art. And I fully expect this to be something that gets into the mainstream, not just crypto art. So hats off, just programming geniuses. So now we're going to walk down the road to our final destination. And you're going to see we're in Kitty neighborhood. And when this whole thing started being talked about between me and Kitty Bungalow about a year ago, there was this land in Kitty neighborhood, and it was kind of with this in mind. I happened to have done a show before this, the Bitcoin show about 6 months ago, but this was actually the intent of these plots. So it means a lot to me that this all happened as well. This is the async gallery, and this async gallery has the same layers we were talking about. So these different cats are on this, and this is called the master artwork. So a collector can own the master, this big, the whole frame artwork in it, right? And then in addition to that ownership, you can also own one of these cats. And they all interact together on here. And it's called an autonomous art piece, and that means the cats interact with each other differently. These three cats are together, so they all say Ethereum. There's different interactions where I believe if two cats are close to each other, they have like a sword fight. There's different layer states. This Pepito is the first crypto kitty to be in an async, and the way it works is you can choose what Pepito looks like. So little Pepito there, you can decide if you own the layer, and this one actually sold yesterday. I believe it was 3 Ethereum. You could change that whenever you want. And then because of that, it changes the art piece for everyone else when they look at it. And this layer, this master is being auctioned off tonight. I believe they are right after the Crypto Kitties, so that puts them at the 4 o'clock time frame. So there's this one, and let's see. Let's see what this one's at. So we got just over 6.5 Ether on this one, which is a great deal right now. I fully expect that to go much higher. And you can see some of these cats have sold. It looks like some of them are still available. There's a current bid on some of these. Pepito sold. So it's awesome to see these, and I believe these are on 24-hour Coldie method sales. So there's that one, and then speaking, we were talking about Alotta Money earlier. This is the Alotta Money layer, and take a step back and look at this build first of all. This is still in CryptoVoxels, and this does not look like Blocks does it. Awesome use of graphics. The whole team over at Async, No Shot, Conlin, and Breadbreaker are brilliant, and they work together so great. And this is the manifestation of that. So this is a lot of money was the leader on this collaboration piece. And each of these cats does different things. You can own the different layers of each of these cats and change them however you want. And this one is up to 1 Ether. That's awesome. You can change all these different layer states for this one. Look how fun that is, We've all seen the mangy cat. Old Mangy Caster. Great name. This is actually my favorite layer in this piece. Just has a lot of energy on it. And just the rendering of the cats alone are so awesome. Just really love it. So, whatever your style is, there's a cat layer for you on here. So this is another one that's going to be auctioned off today. The master, I can go back, see what that one's at. And then the main one is called Big Trouble in Mau Mau City, and the current bid is 10 Ether. That's $2,400 for Kitty Bungalow, right? That is super awesome. And I think this one's going to go much higher as well. So this will be in that 4 o'clock hour as well. Again, hats off to Alotta Money and the team, everybody who made the layers for all this stuff. It's a lot of work, and it came together perfectly. I'm humbled by everybody who chipped in. It's really takes me back a bit. So thank you, everybody. So while we're here, I will show you one of the masters that sold. This one is just a sweet, kind of a heartstring pull of a piece. This piece has all these layers by some awesome artists. A lot of legends in the space. And what happens in here is if you don't change your layer, every day 5% of the opacity changes. So you can see that one's full opacity, but then you can see this cute little kitty is almost nearly gone, and that's like what we think about when our pets pass away. It's still the memory of them that matters, you know. And this is part of keeping that memory alive, is keeping your layer active. It's a good symbolism and super sweet. I love the theme behind it. Matt Kane was the leader of this one, and they just really knocked it out of the park. And thanks to all of them for all of this. So that's async, and that's the show. If anybody has any questions, hit me up. I can stick around for a couple minutes. At 2 o'clock, we're going to start the festivities with Twisted Vacancy. He's another prolific artist in the space. He's going to be doing a DJ set up on the roof of the yellow building with Nala. We'll fly over there. I always like jumping off of this guy. He's going to be up here. So we're going to do a dance party. And then right after that dance party, we're going to be getting into the end of the auctions. And you should just tune back in. You could keep the audio tab on the browser open and watch it on here. The stream will be fed through just like this. So if you don't want to stare at your screen and you want to dance or just interact with people here, you can do both. And you can listen through your browser tab. That's the best way we have it working right now. So that concludes the formal tour. If anybody has any questions, hit me up now. If not, I'm always on Twitter. I run the Coldie account and also the Art Citadel, which is the event center that this is at. Those are two easy ways to get a hold of me. And other than that, that has been awesome. Thank you for your attention. Close to a 2-hour tour. So, thank you for hanging in there and asking questions and being a part of it. Thanks to Kitty Bungalow. Big thanks to Shelley, longtime friend who had the faith and vision to see this through. It's a big chance to go into this world. It's never been done before. And she stepped up huge. Can't say enough about her. Can't say enough about the whole Kitty Bungalow team. They're all wonderful people. And I've already seen the joy on their faces when I tell them that we sold another piece, right? Because that's actively going to work. And it really matters. So thanks, everybody. I'm going to call it. And I will see you back here at 2 o'clock for the DJ set, and then we'll party, okay? So thanks, everybody.